And welcome back, everyone, to the Brain Soul Success Show. I'm really excited to be with my friend Krista today. Krista and I met, I think, a couple of years ago, and we're in the same beautiful space. And she is an amazing coach and dynamic speaker. She's an author, she's a podcaster, she's an MC, she MCs events. She has an experiential event host known for creating transformative, high energy experiences. She leaves people inspired and connected. And you'll see here that she just has a beautiful energy. She's incredibly self-expressed as well. And she's also the co-host of the New Media Cruise and Freedom Lifestyle Retreat. So Krista really has this just, again, amazing energy where she does immersive events where leaders really forge their deep relationships. She's a big believer in relationships and gaining powerful insights and elevating their success. She's a background of professional dancer. Hey, we got to ask you to dance for us today. Dance and a performer on global stages. She has that magnetic presence and instantly puts people at ease while igniting their confidence. Attendees often say, Krista makes you feel like anything is possible. And others describe her as the spark that brings people together, blending warmth, authenticity, excitement into every experience that she leads. Krista, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Louise. It's so exciting to be here.
It is exciting to have you here. I don't know why we haven't done this sooner. So
About
this is really, really great. Well, how did you were a performer and a dancer, right? So the most obvious question is, how did you get into sort of the world of speaking and coaching? What led you down that path?
Yeah, so I had a wonderful professional dance career for 2 decades, and during that time, um, the more you do, the more you can get booked. I got into on-camera narration and in-person emceeing, leading events, and just felt, with my comfort level on stage and really enjoying being with people. It was just an evolution of being, one gig led to another, and doing infomercials and TV shows and things like that. And so that part of my life, I keep going. I love doing MC work and curating and hosting, bringing that connection with people together.
Nice, nice. So it's just a natural evolution then for you.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And what are some of the events that you've done that you really enjoyed? Like you were emceeing events. What are some events you've done that you've really enjoyed?
Well, I have to say I'm a little prejudiced, or a lot prejudiced, but in the event that my fiance and I host together, the New Media Cruise, we're
Mhm.
just getting ready to set sail for another year. We do these annually. And so that's a really wonderful platform because we've got a stage on a big, huge ship, having a wonderful vacation, while, bringing people through elevating their business and how they're showing up, their visibility, and using new media. So that's one. But I've done women's conferences at Harvard. That was really exciting. I've been flown all around to Nashville and California, and just some. It's really about the people, and I like both the challenge sometimes of, if they're not in our industry. When I say our industry, they're not in the coaching industry. I've had audiences of like really tech people that they're used to being all by themselves and working on their computers, and so to come to a conference, I feel my job to make them feel at ease and comfortable and have fun and get out of their shell. So that's a fun challenge.
Mhm.
Um, and I certainly love hosting events that are in our industry when we have a whole bunch of vision driven, big hearted people who are in the coaching industry that are looking for expansion, because everybody has their arms wide open and they're always ready to meet somebody and ready to dance every time the music comes on, and very interactive. So, yeah, like I do JVX live uh, for year after year, and it's just fun, and it's easy, and it's rewarding because we've gotten off of Zoom for a little bit and we're having these real connected in-person experiences.
Mhm.
And as the MC, I get to curate that and create the space where people instantly feel welcome and excited to connect and be themselves.
I can totally see you doing this. Yeah, like it's just such a great, it's just such a great fit. You've got the whole package for all of that. And I agree with you. You know, we just had our retreat too, and I really love seeing people in person. I love Zoom because we can meet people from all over the world, right? So there's
Yeah.
some advantages to that too. But wow, it is so fun to be in person with people and hug people and dance and, you know, do things together. So absolutely, absolutely. Where do you think that's going in our world, by the way? Do you think more live events are coming?
I think so. I'm feeling that people are craving experiences.
Hmm.
And so they're valuing the time, and it takes extra money. It takes an airplane ticket. It takes a lot more than it does just to pop on Zoom. Um, and I believe that people are willing to make that additional investment in time and money to have the experience because it adds to the richness of their life. Right? I know it does for me. So I love that we have both. I love that we have Zoom to connect all in between,
Hmm.
and like you said, reach people so easily at any time. But anchoring in throughout the year, in-person events, like that's where the relationships are really built and really solid. If you've spent a couple of days with someone, they're going to remember you, and you have a very different relationship with that person than the ones that you've only seen in a Zoom room with 30 or 50 other people. So
Hmm.
when the opportunity comes up to meet people in person, I do love going the extra mile to make that happen and build the relationship deeper and use, Zoom as that connection time in between.
I agree. I totally agree. What have been some of the challenges that you've had maybe in your life or business that you can share here with our audience so they can learn from how you overcame that?
Uh, I would say one, like I'll mention two. They might be
Okay.
played out. You might be like, "Yep, I've heard this story over and over again."
Okay. Okay.
But one was transitioning when I was feeling kind of that I was wrapping up with my dance career,
Hmm.
uh, and was kind of being guided into, oh, well, you could do this, and like here's real estate, and here's this, and here's that, and I could take the test and get the license, and trying these different things, and just really stumbling and I don't like to use the word failing because we're never failing, we're always growing and learning.
Hmm.
But I've just wasn't finding the next right thing. I had lost my identity because my identity is so much in being a dancer and a performer. I was always introduced by my mom. This is Krista the dancer. Like it's just who I am. And it still is who I am. And I own that now. But that was a really hard transition from one career into finding what that next thing is.
Hmm.
And it took r- really trusting what I felt I was called to do and zoning in on my zone of genius, right? We all have a zone of genius, which is the thing that you're so good at, you hardly even see it. Or you almost don't even give it value because it's so easeful and effortless for you and you love doing it. And so that was a struggle over many years of
Hmm.
trying different things and trying to put myself in a situation of like, oh yeah, I can see the bright side of doing this type of career, this type of job, and it just not working. And I believe that it was, God, the universe with a big flashing light going, no, not this, Krista. This is not for you.
Hmm.
Kind of again, and then kind of again. And that guidance of a door shutting was like, go to who you are, do what you want to do, what feels important to you. And the short version of that is it's this what I call the crazy entrepreneurial coaching business. I lovingly say that because we are the wild ones who just don't
Yes.
don't we're forging our own ground and we're taking all these risks and doing the things. But I know it's who I am and it's how I love to encourage people and live a life that's It's not a 9 to 5 life, and it's not a climbing the corporate ladder life, and that's just not me. So despite trying different things, that was a big it was a it struggled over years. Not that it always felt like a struggle, but it took a little while to land. And the other thing that some of
Mhm.
our you may understand is you don't always get support on that big out of the box dream.
Yeah, I was going to
Mhm.
ask about that because I thought as you're talking about that, there have been a lot of people that have transitioned into coaching from the corporate world or for something else, right? And what are some of the tools or techniques or um, I don't know, tools, techniques, methods, I don't know what to even ask here about how you navigated that. Like what would you advise somebody else to do if they're in that place?
I really doubled down on my own personal development work.
Mm-hmm.
I completely shifted my my routine, my morning routine, what I was filling my head with. I dove into journaling very heavily. I started every morning with just really connecting with my own who's Krista. Let's dive in and figure this out.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
I am a student of Abraham Hicks,
Mm-hmm.
of Gay and Katie Hendricks. You just finding the books, the videos, the people, the lessons, the coaches that felt like, oh, I'm getting it. If I just stick with it, Dr. Joe Dispenza,
Mm-hmm.
he talks about breaking the habit of being yourself. I would
Mm-hmm.
highly recommend that to anybody. It's one of my favorite books, Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself by Dr. Joe Dispenza.
Mm-hmm.
And it's about getting yourself out there. Like you've got to get ahead of yourself. You've got to see what you're up to in the world
Mm-hmm.
and feel it. Feel that you are all that you want to be and not wait to see physical evidence of it. And so starting each day with meditation, with me for the dance, with movement to feel aligned and embodied with who I am,
Mm-hmm.
journaling,
Mm-hmm.
speaking the truth, and working with people on clearing limiting beliefs,
Mm-hmm.
um, clearing past connections, like cutting cords with relationships that I was no longer in, and really getting clear, centered, and in tune with myself, and then letting that be my driving force. My voice had to be the loudest voice in my life, and not let somebody else's opinion or guidance, lovingly or not,
Mm-hmm.
be the thing to listen to. And that process is just the most amazing journey to be on. I think our journey of
Mm-hmm.
self-discovery is is just an essential part of the purpose of life.
It is very much so. What you said was very powerful there. It's listening to your voice,
Mhm.
right? When we listen to our inner voice and our inner guidance and trust it. Because I think a lot of times people don't trust that inner voice. And so they second guess,
Yes,
right? And that's the
absolutely.
journey of finally getting there, right? Finally getting that level of trust where you trust that inner voice was like, no, you're supposed to go this direction. This is what you're supposed to do, Krista, right? And you listen to it, you trusted it.
Yes.
Yes, yes. So good for you for that, for really trusting that. And yeah, I was just speaking with somebody else about the entrepreneurial sort of journey, and she's an entrepreneur too, and she's like, I could never work again. I don't
Mm,
want to ever work for a company again or do that. That's just not who I am. And there is a certain spark that we see with this entrepreneurial journey or a certain personality. And you work with a lot of people too, and so do I. What do you see as some of those traits of the of a real successful entrepreneur?
they all have a calling. There's something there. There's just a passion for sharing, I
Mm-hmm.
think.
Mm-hmm.
Whether you're a health coach in energy practice, marketing, like regardless of what the craft is, I feel like almost everyone has some sort of story on what they do, how it improved their life, and they just want other people to have an experience of that the growth, the improvement, the whatever that next level is. And
Mhm.
there's a real passion for wanting to help other people.
Yeah, I see that too. And that's certainly, I mean, that is certainly my stance on things too. And how I mean, my passion fuels my life
Yes.
and my business. And I love that part. I love my people. I
Yeah.
truly, really love my people. What do you think about this? You know, some people are or there's a lot of coaches who are, you know, looking to have that $1 million business or that six-figure income or whatever that is. Um, what do you feel is the driving force to actually have that?
I'm really glad you brought this question up. Michael and I were just having a conversation about this not long ago. And I actually feel that often that wanting to be the seven-figure entrepreneur, that it's kind of it's a vanity metric. And it may not actually be the most important thing. And so we teach or encourage people to look at your overall lifestyle and what do you really want?
Mhm,
What if you can get what you want without reaching $1 million, if you can have a lifestyle that feels balanced, that you have X number of team that's very easy and manageable, like it's a very different business. I'm generalizing here, so don't take this,
mhm,
if anybody's hearing this, like, not me. Well, I of course have to generalize. But having a mid six figure business, you can still do that relatively with a low team, with flexibility. You set your own schedule.
mhm,
Yeah, there's all those things are possible when done well, and that's one of the things that Michael and I teach is a freedom lifestyle business model, something that works for your, if you like to travel like we do, then that's an important part of it. If you're
mhm,
traveling to connect to uh, do events and live events, you work in the things that are important to you. But when you start to go, oh no, I need to have a seven-figure business,
mhm,
well, the curve to get there can exponentially, it's not just about the money, but it now becomes the team, the time, the risk, the investment.
mhm,
And so I would, my suggestion or advice for the moment is to really look carefully at what it would take to get there. And then
sure.
does that, does it really give you the lifestyle that you want? And if we're looking at revenue to hit seven figures, well, how
Mhm.
much of that went to Facebook ads and to team
So
and
true.
this, right? You could
Yes.
probably end up with the same amount of discretionary income, like money in your pocket to spend, that you did when you were doing six figures
Mhm,
with less headache or less ease. No,
mhm,
I'm not trying to tell people not to go for your big dreams. If that's who you are, that's great. I
mhm.
just want people to recognize that there's more than one way to skin a cat, right? It's not, don't make it a vanity metrics where you have
Yeah, that's a
so
really
many.
good comment. Don't make it a vanity metrics. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. I'm a little older than you, so I've been doing this for over 30 years and I've had two successful businesses, right? And what I've seen too you know, on that same question is um oh, I've seen so many people invest in business coaches and not have a business. And it isn't that there aren't wonderful business coaches out there. I had a great coach. You know, Lisa Sasevich was one of my business coaches and really taught me how to put together like a group program. I was
Mhm.
doing one-on-one in my office at Albuquerque Natural Health Center. I was happy. I was doing great. I'm an awesome naturopath, but I wanted more. I wanted to make a bigger impact. I wanted to teach people what I had learned. And I didn't know how to do that. So I did need that help. But what I see it's definitely what you're talking about at the beginning here, Krista. It's an inner journey. So when people like learn the brain soul success tools and we clear those deeper blocks, and we do that inner journey, that's when they finally succeed and money comes in. So
Yes.
you think it's going to be going for that vanity goal, but it's
Mhm.
not. It's this, it's the inner work.
100%,
Yes.
100%. There's the the skills, the tactics, the how to, like how do I run the numbers? How do I do, create a program where these numbers work? Like that's the whole business side of things. But we
Mm-hmm.
have to be equally involved in getting guidance like you give in
Mhm.
massive ways, that you're keeping up both energetically and with your
Mhm.
own belief system that's going to match what you're learning to do. We can't just have the how to, it's the who you're being and how you feel about it and what your beliefs are and how you're going to show up. And
Yes.
so I am 100% a fan of the work that you do and the importance of what it is. And I believe every s- highly successful entrepreneur that I've met or encountered,
Mhm.
it's they'll have a story of like, oh, and then I started looking inward. Then
Mhm.
I started working with someone to help me, not just the bookkeeping side of things, the number side of things,
Mhm.
but it's the who I'm being. And the
Yes.
big thing with that is now you can get to just be content in your life, be happy with
Mhm.
what you have, happy on the journey. It's not I'll be happy when I hit this number, then I'll be successful, then I'll be happy. No, it's about this is this is the game. This is the life that we're playing. And if you can take that on of um, enjoying who you are and the fun of growth and the fun of discovery and the amazement when you shed an energetic layer that you're like, oh man, that's great. I feel so much better. Like, we're just constantly growing and evolving. That's the good stuff.
That is the good stuff. You know, it reminds me of a t-shirt I had years ago. Life's a journey, not a destination.
That's
Right?
it.
That's what you're speaking about.
Yep. That's
Yeah. Yeah. Enjoy the journey. It's an amazing journey. We're at an amazing time on the planet right now, too. Like there's such good stuff happening. I mean, yes, it's kind of crazy and there's, chaos out there and stuff, but the push that I see, I don't know if you see this, I'm curious about your
Mhm.
take on this, is I see that we're like moving into like a higher spiritual plane. And
Yes.
so it's pushing all of us to grow. And so if you're feeling very stuck, it's because you're really getting pushed to either let go of something or entertain something new.
Yes, I will absolutely agree with that. I believe that there are more practitioners like you. There are more people like me talking about it. So
Mhm.
it it's not like we're the weird ones in the corner where it's spreading
Mhm.
and the knowledge and the tools are more readily accessible. And tapping into the work that you do, Louise, that we can do from anywhere, from Zoom, and even know that the power, what may seem like these
Mhm.
magical powers, that the energy works. The energy works through Zoom across time. It doesn't have to be a hands-on experience. And
Mhm.
it's shifting and it's raising. What I love about this work, as I think I just heard my daughter arrive downstairs. So of
Mhm.
course I go into mom mode. We're not just improving ourselves, or as you help people, Louise, you're not helping just that individual. You open them up in who they are as a person, and that's how they are as a parent, as a sister, a brother, a, a friend. Like
Mhm.
the the more enlightened we become, the more at ease and peaceful and happy and content, that spreads to all the people that we're connected with in such a beautiful
Absolutely.
way.
Absolutely. Because when you work on yourself, it changes everyone around you.
Yes.
But it's because you changed. They didn't change. And now your relationships change. And
Yes.
I remember when I had you and Michael in the Awakening Abundance group, and I have to tell you that during that group, 4 people got engaged. I have no idea what the energy was, frequency I was putting out during that time. I was like, but I was so excited for you guys. Um,
Yes,
yeah, so that's everything is vibration, everything is energy.
it is. It
You
really
know?
is. It's beautiful. I'm grateful of the path that on in my life, and that our kids are getting exposed to it just as kind of like their normal way of being
Mhm,
earlier than I've evolved. And um yeah, it's neat. It's neat because it's not just as things that I teach them, like, let me teach you this. It's just how I be and then how Michael and I be together and in relationship, and the people around us, our family, our kids feel that, and they're growing and learning really, deep, deep things along the way, even if they're not consciously thinking they're getting lessons. They're
Mhm.
around an energy that's really beautiful, and it is allowing them to step more fully into who they are.
That's beautiful. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. And this is the Brain Soul Success Show. Actually, I want to talk about this first. Um, you also lead something called an Infinite List with Michael. And so, for entrepreneurs who are listening to this, if you're looking to build your list or make your reach bigger and you want to reach more people, tell us what that is. Tell us a little bit about your Infinite List.
Yeah, so Infinite List is also Infinite Leads. We did a little rebrand. Um,
Okay.
and it is for entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, coaches, authors, speakers. We
Mhm.
always need more exposure to people to know our work. You can get good at sales, but if you don't have anybody to sell to,
Mhm.
then you can't sell them and you can't get more clients. So we really focus on helping people get exposure to new people, new eyeballs on what you do,
Mhm.
using a lead magnet and a way for people to get a little sample of the work that you do. And that in turn adds them to your email list. And now your tribe, if you will, or your subscribers continue to grow and grow. So you can add more value, you can share more resources. And when you make offers or have the next workshop, you have more people to invite. And that's the real benefit of growing your email list.
Yes, absolutely. That was really well said. Thank you for sharing that.
You're
Because
welcome.
yeah, I know that coaches are always looking for that. And and there are different ways to do that for sure. But this is just a beautiful way. And I've been involved in your infinite leads and did get some leads from that whole program. And I love that. I mean, and it's just brilliant how you put that together. What always amazes me, because I'm a healer, right? So I'm a healer, I'm a coach, right? A speaker, author. I'm not techie. So when I look at somebody who's got something put together and all the things flow and you can click on this and click on that and it all kind of works, Krista, I'm like amazed, that's just the other side of the brain.
Michael's put together a beautiful, beautiful system that is just
Uh-huh.
so easeful and point and click. It's great. As we both know, our VAs, our assistants can jump in and just really handle things with such ease, which is good. It takes things off of our plate, so we can be doing important things like being on podcasts and sharing our message. And I mean, having leads, I can't emphasize enough the importance of always getting exposure to new people to know your work
Mm-hmm.
more
Mm-hmm.
and more. Otherwise, this whole career gets to be really hard when you need more clients, but you don't know where to get them. This is
Mm-hmm.
that first step
Yes.
in
Yeah. So
bringing
it is about that. You always want to be growing that and growing your reach. What's really interesting is I recently sort of just kind of let go. Right.
Mm,
I just like it because I know letting go really brings in more. It's that deeper level of trust and faith. And so when I let go, I get a call from somebody who's like, hey, I think I want to mentor with you. And they
mm,
want to join my high end program. I didn't have to do anything. I
yeah,
just be,
I
right?
love
Keep
that.
putting out there the good work, So when you keep putting out there the good work and the good vibe and the good energy, you can be a magnet for attracting what you want.
I love that you're saying that, Louise. I
Hmm.
really believe that it's there's putting action, right? We get into action, but you don't get so analyzed that you're like, I did this. Did anybody buy? I did this. Did anybody buy? Like, and you're like, there's this tension, or
Yes.
and there's too much. You put too much at stake, just at stake. um, Instead, do the action, do the things that you need to do, and just what you said, relax.
Just be, there's a certain amount of you, there's it's actually a technique, really, I believe. It's a technique of letting go. It's
Mhm.
holding super strong intention and then letting go,
That's right. That's
right?
right.
and then letting go. That's what's going to help anyone, whatever they are doing in their business.
Yes. Yes,
Mhm.
yes. And there's this, it's a different point of attraction. It's a
Mhm.
different energy that people feel when you feel desperate, like I just met this one new person and now I've got to get them on as a client. They can feel that. But
Yeah.
when you have this
Yeah.
process, a good process of inviting people into your work and just
Mhm.
loving on them,
Yeah.
invite them to what's next, invite them to what's next. But if the timing's not right, keep inviting, keep doing what you do,
Mhm.
keep shining your light, sharing your gifts, and keep inviting those same people over and over, which is really easy to do when they're on your email list. Just all
Yeah.
that you have to do is get people on your email list, keep loving. They're ready too. It's not just about you having a great program or product. They have to be ready.
Well, you always want to serve. You always want to serve what they're, like some of my groups, those groups like Awakening Abundance, that literally that group and came from my clients asking for it.
Oh, that's even better,
Right?
right?
They were like, hey, you helped us with our brain. You helped us lose weight. Now we want you to help us with financial abundance. Can you do that? And I'm like, oh, let's try it. So, that was 25 years ago. So it really was just what they asked for. Yeah. It's
And when
so,
you're in that space of not being so, determined to make it all right, now you're listening and you're in relationship with them, and
mhm.
then they're like what happened with you, they let you know what they want.
Yes. Yeah. So you want to get to that place. And
Mhm.
this is the Brain Soul Success Show. So, what are some of the, tips that you have for helping people with their brain, or a brain tip you might have here for our audience?
So one is overall wellness.
Okay.
I'm a big advocate and just being healthy. As I mentioned before, 20 years as a professional dancer, and not to mention the 15 years, I started at 15, but all the years leading up to that, I knew from the beginning I was going to needed to have a healthy, strong, lean, fit body to do what I wanted to do.
Hmm.
And so my body moves and I keep moving it. And I do these just almost like calisthenics, easy exercises. I take walks. I like to be in nature. I put music on and I dance. I know that our bodies are meant to move and not just be up this way, but open things up, move in all directions. Movement is really key. Um, and your own level of happiness, like true gratitude and appreciation for anything and everything, the people that are in your life, the nature that's around you. We are, we're in charge. We're in charge, and if we can lead with gratitude and find the joy in life, then that's what you'll see. You look for the things to complain about, that's what you'll see. But when we really just have such gratitude and be, I like to be in a state of awe and wonder and amazement. Like, don't take anything for granted.
I
We
love
recently
those
moved,
words.
we recently moved to
Yes.
this new house on the lake, and the sun sets here on the lake. And I'm like, I
Oh,
just want to be in awe and amazement of how beautiful it is. And it's those moments of appreciation, like it opens your heart and it lifts you up and it puts you in such a better spot. And
those
you
are
moving your body does that.
really totally beautiful tips. Absolutely. That great. And you're reminding me, I'll share this picture with you later, and it's on Facebook. You guys can look at this. Or at least it is today. I was hiking yesterday in the Sandia Mountains here, and the sun was in the middle of the path. And I was literally walking into the light. And
Oh
it
my
was so huge. And it was just, and I intuitively just went, if I don't hike tonight, I'm not going to get to tomorrow because I had clients in this evening. And I was like, oh, wow, this is amazing. And then I tripped on a rock. I almost tripped because I was taking the camera and I was just walking towards the light. It was amazing. So that gratitude, that appreciation, right? For that sunset on your lake, the sunset in the mountains, for the gratitude for all the people that we get to help and your families and everything, right? That raises your vibration too.
It certainly
Yeah.
does.
Yeah, that's really, really beautiful. Well, hey, we will post some links here, but I want you to share them, of how people can get a hold of you and also get involved in, things you have coming up, your new media cruise, as well as the infinite leads. So, what are some links here? Some, you know,
I
you
do
can
have two
share.
gifts I'm happy to share if you want, if
Awesome.
you're able to put them in your show notes.
Okay.
Um, for those who are interested in infinite leads or like what it means to have a lead magnet to attract
Mhm.
people into your business world, uh, I have, it's called the Ultimate Lead Magnet Playbook. And we show you just step by step how to create a lead magnet that's going to attract people. So I'm
Mhm.
happy to give you that. Um,
Nice.
yes. And then I have another, in a different realm, is the Freedom Lifestyle Planner. And we've talked a bit about creating a business with a life that you really love, not just going for some big pie in the sky number and work for it, but
Mhm.
instead find this balance of what we call a freedom lifestyle. And so I've got this nice little freedom lifestyle planner, help ask some questions and get you make tuned in to finding that that's successful, right? It's not just a number
Mhm.
of revenue that makes you successful, but creating a balance that's right for you personally with your business, the impact you're making, the time that you have for yourself or your family or whatever's important to you. That's success when
That
you
is.
make it yourself.
That's beautiful. Thank you for that. Those are awesome, awesome gifts. So we'll post those links here, everybody, in the show notes. And thank you so much for being with me today, Krista. I just love you. I love your energy. I love you and Michael. And I'm so excited for you too and all that's coming up. I know you have a wedding coming up here too. So we're super excited about that. Definitely want to send some good energy your way, and some congratulations.
Thank
And remember, everyone, follow your heart, but take your brain with you.
you.